Behind me, we can see the protest led by Pastor Terry Jones, where he hopes to incite questions about the Islam belief within the Gainesville community. The thieves managed to disconnect the store's alarm system, but they forgot one thing. This surveillance camera caught it all on tape. But it doesn't just stop with a phone call. These scammers are coming to your homes and pretending to read your meters, when in reality there is no way to tell at a simple glance if you've consumed too much energy. If you add some water on plant debris such as this, perhaps laying around in your backyard, you're looking at maybe hundreds or thousands of mosquito eggs. When officers arrived at the scene, they shattered this glass door in order. Due to other witnesses' accounts, the Putnam County Sheriff's Office is requesting the help of the public in finding a potential witness. A white male with dark hair driving a hunter green Toyota Tundra may have more information. Stephanie Bechara, GTN News, working for you. The high unemployment rate and the number of house foreclosures has created an increase in the cases of homelessness in the Sunshine State, where things are no longer looking so bright for some. Cars, motels, streets, and shelters are what nearly 60,000 Floridians have come to call home. The economic recession has taken mercy on no one and added new numbers to the equation. Families. According to the Department of Agriculture, 30% of children in Marion County are homeless. Most counties in north central Florida are on the red. Marion County's homeless children liaison, Suzanne McGuire, says a decade ago there were about 200 homeless children in the county. But now that number has multiplied to more than 2,000.
You know, as surprising or as shocking as that number is, the one thing I always tell people with it is that no matter what number we give you, it's never completely accurate, because we have a family living in shelter and it's a single mom with 3 children and only one is school age. So the number I count is the one school age, but if we provide assistance to the family, we're helping 3 children. You have to have some of every size on hand.
Clothes,
all the time.
Food,
sadly lacking.
And hygiene items such as soap and deodorant are some of the things McGuire collects for the needy students she comes across with. But what about those kids who don't go to school? Nicole Conrad fell in a dark place with her 2 toddlers, making Little Paul and Mariah part of that uncounted population. Fortunately, she says, Shepherd's Lighthouse, a transitional home for single mothers who are homeless, lit the way for these 3.
Well, they're kind of used to moving from place to place, which is kind of sad, but I just tell them that we're just here right now until I find a job, and then they'll have their own room and we'll have our own place and we can all be together again as a family.
The unemployment rate in Marion County is 10%. However, the case manager for Shepherd's Lighthouse, Teresa Chambers, says this is not a surprise.
It's harder to get jobs for them, and every time a company closes, it's that much longer before the moms and children are able to get on their feet.
Shepherd's Lighthouse has 12 of the 54 transitional housing beds in Ocala. Chambers says this is not nearly enough for the growing homeless population. Conrad can now pick up her kids from daycare, along with other single moms, and tries to lead some sort of normal life at the shelter.
Keep praying, keep your head up. There is someone there to help you. You just gotta want the help.
She has a job interview lined up, and for the sake of Little Paul and Mariah, hopes to earn the position in order to leave the shelter behind. It started as a typical school day for some students of Liberty Middle School. But during the bus ride there, 7 students beat a 13-year-old girl until she was knocked unconscious. The bus driver did not intervene and drove on to where law enforcement could board the bus. He later resigned. The school district spokesman says people are rushing to assign blame, but should first take all sides into account.
Chose to pummel this girl as they did, and they knew it was wrong before they did it, and they knew it was wrong while they were doing it, but they chose to keep doing it. And that's what I really am most concerned with here, because we as a society need to consider what we're teaching our kids, and if we're not holding kids accountable for their actions who know better, then that speaks to a bigger problem.
The incident seemed to be a simple school bus fight. It wasn't until the state attorney's office released this security video that the neighborhood became concerned. So far, the incident has not led to any changes in procedures for Marion County Public Schools.
Are we going to change policies and procedures? I really don't think so, because we have upwards of 300 buses on the road every day transporting 25,000 students, and this does not happen. We have small fights, absolutely, where a couple of students are involved, but something of this magnitude is certainly far out of the ordinary, and it's certainly gotten a lot of attention.
Christian says prevention can come from parents stepping up to teach their children what's right from what's wrong. The middle school principal won't talk about the case, but released a statement that Liberty will continue to have a no-tolerance rule when it comes to violence between children in school and on buses. Stephanie Bechara, WUFT News. Saturday was a hot day for Gainesville as heat emerged from a burning Koran outside the Dove World Outreach Center. A crowd of about 25 people gathered to protest for the release of a Christian pastor facing a death sentence in Iran. After Pastor Terry Jones and other supporters of the church spoke, a copy of the Islamic holy book and an image depicting Muhammad were burned in a portable fire pit. Jones says other groups in Africa, India, and Germany were holding similar protests.
This method is indeed a little bit more radical, but it does get people's attention, and it does hopefully cause them to think and possibly re-examine the Quran.
The words of Pastor Terry Jones echoed throughout this street. Neighbors in the area say this is a common occurrence. Neighbors like Greg Fox say this is nothing but an unnecessary publicity stunt.
We're already living in a world where we all need to get along, and it's already hard enough with the economy the way it is, and hey, I mean, why stress yourself out? Excuse me. Why stress yourself out over something like this, you know?
As the flames rose, members of the church cheered and clapped. But the applause came to a halt as the event was interrupted by the Gainesville Fire Rescue and Police Department. The church was issued a citation for violating the city's fire ordinance due to environmental hazards, and the congregation was asked to put out the fire. However, on September 11th, Jones and his church will host a Judge Mohammed Day. Similar to last year, the church will hold a mock trial for the Islamic religion's founding prophet. Jones says it will most likely end as last year's trial did, with yet another Quran burning. Stephanie Bechara, WUFT News.